We're getting closer to the end. Hi guys, and welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it so very much. Welcome, my name is Aiden. I'm so happy that you're here. Today we have my O through R palette, so O, P, and R. Most of these are going to be one brand, and that's going to be the first brand we see. But there are a few other palettes that I have in here as well. Before I begin though, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know if you have any of these palettes, if you missed any of these, if you felt like, oh, I should have gotten that one, or I'm really glad that I avoided that one. Let me know down below. And also hit that notification bell if you haven't done so already. I also want to say, in case you haven't been watching this series, I do have a playlist of all of them up above. I've been kind of breaking them into groups, trying to keep them together by letter, and we've done quite a few. These are just my eyeshadow palettes. Just as a reminder, I don't have any of my face palettes or my face and eye palettes. I will be working on those at a later date. And this is going to take forever anyway to get all of these videos out. It also doesn't include like palettes that I have put away for collecting purposes that were like specialty packaging. These are kind of the ones that go in my drawers for everyday use, I guess. So yes, let's start. I guess I lied. It's actually the second brand that I have a lot of. I have one palette in the O's, and this is from Ofra, and it is the Sweet Dreams palette. I believe I got this when I got one of the Samantha March collections. I was trying to get free shipping, or this was on clearance, or like maybe it was a deal with the purchase. I don't remember, but I did get it, and it's very pretty. I do really like the color story on this one, so yeah. Sweet Dreams from Ofra. It's the only Ofra palette I have. Moving on, we have a lot of Pat McGrath palettes because I have been collecting them whenever I find them on sale. So I've picked up quite a few over the years. We're going to start with the 6-pan palettes, some of her old packaging. So this is La Vie en Rose, and this one, I don't know, it was on clearance. I think I got it at Sephora. So they do have this little thing that tells you the shade, so I've kept that, and that is what it looks like. There are 6 shades. Very pinky and purple. It's a beautiful palette. I really like this one actually. So that is La Vie en Rose. That's the first one. And then from that same time period, I have this one. What is this one called? And these are the Mothership's Subliminal. This is Subliminal, but they're the Mothership without any vowels. They're all just consonants. So this is what this one looks like. Let's see if I can get the sheet out. There you go, so you can see it better. And it's more gray toned, a little grungy. Not my favorite, but once again, these were like the 2 that showed up on the sale side of Sephora, so that's why I got them. And then I have one more in these packaging that, you know, you have the little loop. And this is Golden Opulence. This was one of the holiday sets, I believe. And I might have found this at TJ Maxx. I kind of feel like that's where I got this one. Once again, it has the little sheet that I had to get rid of, but that's what those 6 shades look like. This one's so pretty. I haven't worn this one in the longest time, but that's kind of a really nice neutral palette. Like a nice fun palette. Then they redid the packaging, and so they were more like this, and they were flatter, easier to store for sure. Kind of grateful about that. And this first one is Rose Decadence. Once again, has the sheet, which just fell on the ground. I'm going to have to wash that sheet because I usually don't keep the plastic once it falls on the ground, but this has the name, so I want the names still. So Rose Decadence, that is what it looks like. It is a pretty palette too. Man, I need to wear these more. I'm going to be more careful opening the other ones. No, this one doesn't have one. I don't. So next up we have Sublime Seduction. And this one, I know I got this one at TJ Maxx. And I found it and I was like, ooh, I'm going to pick it up. I want to say it might have been 20, which these retail I think for 60 or something. Something crazy. So yeah, I have that one. Pretty packaging. I think this was another maybe holiday. It says the Love Collection on it. And then Bridgerton. I had to get the Bridgerton. I got one of these, I think, from the other one I got from Netflix their Netflix shop. And then this one, it eventually went on sale and I got it. And I did get a backup of this because I found it at TJ Maxx and I was like, oh, I'm going to get a backup. Don't know that I needed a backup, but that is Bridgerton. I love the embossing of the bees and the cameos on it. And I was a big fan of Bridgerton when it started. I still like it. It's just I'm not as obsessed with it as the first season. I like the first season best. Then we have the second one. This is Diamond of the First Water. This one is Belle of the Ball. And this one has very similar shades in a lot of ways. But I did finally find this one on sale at the Netflix shop because this one disappeared and was not as widely available or as available as long. We have a couple smaller palettes. This one is Midnight Voyage, and this is the mini eyeshadow palette. This came in a set that I bought from someplace. They had the set of beauty products, and it was such a amazing deal. It was like $400, and it was on sale for $50, and so I got it. And this was one of the items in it. It also had one of the roller balls from Nest, the perfume oils. So I was very happy to get that. So yeah, just 6 little shades in that one. This one I got from Ipsy. This one is, what is this called? The Divine Rose Luxe Quad in Eternal Eden. And I love this one. I was so excited when I got it from Ipsy, and then I was wearing it and I was like, oh, I just love this one. This one has popped up here and there on Ipsy still, so you might see it if you're looking for it, but you do have like the 2 shimmers and the 2 mattes. So yeah, it's a really pretty one, and I'm glad that I got it. I wasn't sure if it was an eyeshadow palette or a blush palette, judging by the shades, and it was like the pictures. Ipsy does not always have the best information on their website, but I was glad that I got it. And then I have 2 of these old school palettes, and these are the Eye Ecstasy. This one is Sublime, which is kind of the neutral. It's all shimmers, so you can use this in conjunction with a matte palette, I guess. I did try to use this just by itself, and it's too much shimmer by itself, but I have that one. And then I also have the Subversive, which is all the colors, which kind of reminds me a lot of her older palettes, her Mothership palettes, like the shades that are in here. This is there we go. You can see it a little bit better. Then I have 2 of the newer 5 pans. This one popped up on Sephora way after all the Star Wars stuff was gone, and it just popped up, and it was like deeply clearance, and I was like, okay, well, I'll get it. It's called the Golden One, and it has C-3PO. I had to think. I'm not a Star Wars fan, but I know enough about it. This is what it looks like. It's a nice palette. It has 2 of like the cream to powder shades, and then the 3 shimmers. And for what I got it for, I can't remember how much I paid, but it was not very expensive. I was very happy about that. Then we have this one, which is Sunset Romance. And oh my gosh, I really liked this collection. This was one of their holiday sets, and I got this one from Ulta. And I wanted to get some more, and I just never did. But that's what it looks like. There was another one that was similar shades, maybe more warm toned, orangey. But this is one of like my favorite palettes. So soft and like creamy mattes, really good. Let's go to one of the giant palettes. I found this at TJ Maxx. That's where I got it, and it was a big deal. I don't remember what the price was, but this is the Mothership Mega Celestial Nirvana. It was also a holiday palette, and it has a ton of shades in here. So it's kind of a rainbowish palette in some ways, with some neutrals in there. There's some pretty shimmers in there. That's kind of what I was more excited about than the mattes, but when I found this, I was like, oh. And then I saw quite a few more of them. Like, they were pretty widespread this past year, and I was really surprised because, Pat McGrath was very expensive. I think that was like $100 palette originally. And then we have my actual Mothership palettes. Yes, I keep all of them in their boxes. These are the only working palettes that I keep in their boxes. This first one is the only one I paid full price for full-ish price. I did have like 10% off, which doesn't help at all. But I really wanted this palette. This is the Decadence palette, which is number 4. And this came out and I really wanted it, and then it disappeared. And part of that was because they were going to, like, I think they put the Star Wars packaging over it. And I did get the gold version because I was choosing and ordering from their site. So I ordered it directly from Pat McGrath. And ironically, this is not my favorite palette. I loved the color story online, but when I got in there and started working on it, it was not as exciting to me. Like, it was more of a challenge. There's still some really nice shades in here, but it's more of like, these are pops that I would use to accent rather than a palette in and of itself, if that makes sense. So that's the first one. And why is it that the packaging like breaks on every single one of these? The only one that didn't was Ipsy, which packaged it the worst. This is the first one I ever got. This is number 6. This is Midnight Sun. I was one day just on the TJ Maxx site. I don't even know why I was looking on there, and or maybe somebody posted that it was available. Anyway, I saw it and I ordered it, and it was $70, which is still like a ridiculous amount, but much better than $129, which is what these started at. Or $125. They were right around there. So better color story in terms of coherence and putting together looks. Still not my favorite color story, but was the first like mothership, and I was so excited that I found one on sale. And there's some nice shades in there. I need to play with all of these more because I definitely haven't gotten my money's worth from any of these. Then I got this one. There was some deal that I got, and I ordered this one, I think, from Pat McGrath herself, like her website, but I don't remember what the deal was, but I know it had to be a deal for me to have ordered it. This is number 8, Divine Rose 2, and I had Divine Rose 1 on my wish list at Sephora forever. I also had number 5, which it was like a warm tone one. That one was on my wish list forever, and then they disappeared. So this is what it looks like. There are some pretty shades in there. There's like that duochrome. It's not showing. Like if you look in the mirror. Oh, now it looks green. It's just interesting. There. Ooh, I figured out how to make the duochrome do. So yeah, have this one. Once again, need to use it a little bit more. I do see use in this one at least compared to the other ones, but I wish I remembered what the deal was. And my last mothership and last Pat McGrath palette is this one, which is 11, which is Sunlit Seduction. And this one was an add-on on Ipsy, and it was $50, and I was like, I shouldn't be buying this. I knew that I was going to be really tight on money very soon, but did I order it anyway? Yes, because it was $50. And I really like the color story. Like, this is similar in nature to this little guy right here. So I like that. Like the matte, these 6 I really like. I kind of like these, but they do flake sometimes and irritate my eyes just a little bit. So I have to be careful with them. I should use probably glitter glue, but that is not something I've ever actually experimented with. I have meaning to, but I just haven't ever done it. So that's what that one looks like. And yeah, I love the Pat McGrath like branding, and just they're so interesting. Like they're weird and ornate, and yeah. Next up is a little guy that I got from Ipsy in one of my Ipsy bags. And this is from Pink Lips. This is the Mauve Me mini eyeshadow palette. Reminds me in some ways of Natasha Denona with the packaging. Not quite as nice, but has a similarity. I like this color story. It was a nice little palette, so definitely glad that I got that as part of my Ipsy. These next 2 brands, I'm not really sure which one I should put first alphabetically, but they're both Pure, they're just spelled differently. So I have Pure Cosmetics, and this is Buff Collection. I got this from BoxyCharm way back in the day. Some of these, I feel like this came in my BoxyCharm, but then the other ones that I got, which I've decluttered, I did like as add-on purchases. And this is actually funny because this is in Raymar, Missouri, which is like, you know, on the other side of the metro from me because I'm on the Kansas side. So I thought that was really funny. I was like, hey, wow, this is nice. I'm pretty sure I've seen these in Aldi since then. Like maybe last summer, the summer before, I saw some stuff from Aldi that were similar. This is basically a dupe of the Nude 3, I think, from Urban Decay. Naked palette, not nude palette, naked. So I have that one. It made the cut. Then we have actually Pure, and I have 3 palettes from Pure. They are in not the best shape because Pure shadows seem to be very testy. So I have this one with a broken shade there that I tried to like spray to repress, so there's like discoloration around that. That's from me spraying alcohol on it. So this is, what is this? This is Be Your Selfie. They're very, very soft shades. Then I have my Barbie, which is, this is the second one they did, which is Endless Possibilities 2. Somewhere I have the original one too. That's in my like collector area. And I think I picked this one up at TJ Maxx. Like they had it and I was like, oh, I'll pick up a backup so I can use this one instead of just keeping one just for collecting purposes. And this one was shattered, so I did try to repress that. I'm not very good at repressing. I need to like make those little cloths or like buy the equivalent that Jessica uses, because yeah, my pressing is ghetto. So there we go. That's pretty. Then my last one is Visionary. This one, I think 2 of the 3 of these came in subscription boxes. Not the Barbie one, but the other ones. This is what the Visionary palette looks like. You can take them all out. Some pretty shades in here. A little bit sturdier, I feel, than the other one in terms of the formula. Slightly different, not quite as soft, but it's still nice. Moving on to R, I have this one for Rubber Bone. And this is just one of their little 2 items. And this is macaroon. And so you have the green and the pink in there. It's pretty. I am not sure I love this formula. I kind of would like to try another one, get a better idea, but the only reason I got this one was because they were doing 50% off during Ulta's 21 days, and that's when I picked up that one. Then we have a few from Revolution, and yeah, we'll talk about it. So first up, we have Burn Book from Mean Girls, and this probably will go in with my collector ones, but it's new enough that I haven't had a chance to do that yet, so it's with everything else. So Burn Book from Mean Girls. This has a lot of shades in here, and this one I had eye irritation with, so I probably won't wear it too much. It'll probably just stay and get kind of looked at, maybe occasionally wear, but being careful of the shadows, because yeah, I did have some staining and some irritation. Another one is this one from Grease. This is the Pink Rules palette from the Pink Ladies. And this, once again, I love Grease. Was actually the first musical I was ever in was Grease. I was just in like the dance chorus and roller skated during beauty school dropout and everything. It was a lot of fun as a teenager. So there we go. That is, it's not the most exciting palette, unfortunately, but I like the packaging a lot more. This one might also go in with my collector ones. It hasn't yet. But then I have this one, and this was a gift with purchase from Revolution. I ordered a whole bunch of the Clueless collection. So yeah, that stuff is somewhere. And this is the Fire palette, and that's what it looks like. I think this was a gift with purchase, or did I just throw it on because it was like super cheap and I needed it to get to free shipping? Something like that. Anyway, that's what it is. I like this one well enough. I'm planning to play with it more though. And then my last palette is this one from Ruby May. I got several of these from the Chic Beauty box and decluttered the other two just two brighter colors. This one is the most wearable of all of the palettes that I got from them, and this is the #Vibes palette. And I sent Patricia one or two of the other ones because she wanted some bright colors to work on her eggs with, and I was like, this is a palette for you. So that's it for my O through R palettes. We're getting closer, and it's closer to when I have to head home, so hopefully I can get these done and then work on editing them gradually throughout the semester. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.